Guys, coming at you today with a how-to video, which I have not done in forever. But someone on Twitch a while back, they were asking about my setup and stuff like that, so, I thought I'd just do a video on that. So, a couple things you're gonna need in order to, get this to work is obviously a console to stream, unless you're doing it on PC, a PC to receive the recordings, unless you're using the PC, and then a capture card to record said recordings. Mine's just a Dazzle. It's nothing fancy. It's like, I think like the second cheapest one on the market. I got an older one, so the software and all that's pretty good. The newer one, I got one once and it's god awful. Oh, so terrible. And the cord's even shorter. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, you also need some spare cables depending on how far away your setup is. Mine is literally across my room, which is like 2 feet, but you'd be surprised at how many cables I fucking need for all that. Okay, so, how I set it up, if I'm playing old school games like NES and Nintendo 64, stuff where it's not online and doesn't have that much lag input, I will hook it directly into my capture card and just play it right off OBS. Like I've done Zelda and Jak and Daxter and stuff like that, so I have no problems with that. When it comes to these gen systems, there's definitely some bigger delays, and then of course if you're playing online, you really don't want to have those delays. So for any of my other systems, minus this Xbox here, I actually have this like 3-way one that plugs into, it's a multi one. And what I'll do is I'll plug the component into the TV and the AV and the regular video into my capture card, and that's how I get those. But for my 360, I bought one of those cables that have the S-video with it. So, just like with the component, I have just the regular video plugged into the oh my god, the AV splitter, I guess. No, not splitter. Whatever. Switch box. That's what I'm thinking of. I knew it started with an S. So all I have is video. I have no sound, no audio, no nothing. So as you can see, so I have the audio and the S video running through the capture card, and I have these extra cables here. They hook up to these couplers. That way then it's not putting too much strain on the split between the AV and the video here. Like it's not tugging and gonna break the video cable. So it's kind of like a little bit of a relief, I guess. So it runs through the couplers, runs through this extra AV cable, right into the capture card, and then into the computer, and that's how I get it to record. So now for me, how I get my sound without any kind of delay, which is important if you're playing online games. You need to know if people are sneaking up on you not a second too late, or if you're playing Guitar Hero like me and you're missing notes because it's off sync. So what I do is I have my Tritons hooked up through the optical cable. I've also done Turtle Beaches as well. Either way works, as long as you can plug it up to the audio. And I have it running all the way right through into my Tritons. Don't know if you can hear. Probably can't. Maybe you can't. I don't know. I don't know how loud it is. So that way then I don't get any audio delay on my end, so I can hear everything. And then I also have my webcam, which is right there, plugged into the computer. It actually is running through 3 USB cables. So yeah, like I said, depending on your setup, you might need a lot of cables. Me, I do. So yeah. So the capture card and the webcam are plugged into the computer. So yeah. So then you're going to need the streaming software, which is Open Broadcast Software, otherwise known as OBS. I didn't download the latest version. I downloaded OBS 0636B. That one seems to work well for me. The latest one actually didn't read my capture card's audio, so I wasn't getting any sound from my game, which is kind of important if you're live streaming. So that's why I went a few versions back, and I have no problems. So once you download it, extract it, install it, all that stuff, I'll have the link in the description. You're going to open it up, and you're going to have this lovely little window here. So you're going to want to go to Settings, and here we go. Here's all this stuff. We got General, we want English, Setting Profile, you can just call it whatever. I just called it Twitch, I don't know. think all this was just set already. I didn't mess with it. Encoding, encoder X264, use CBR, enable CBR padding, check. Max bitrate as 1000. I think that's already set, so I think you could just leave that. Codec is AAC, 48 hertz, 128 bitrate, and stereo channel. Broadcast settings. Okay, so here's the stuff that you're really gonna need to know here. So you're gonna do mode. You're gonna do live stream. You're gonna scroll down till you see Twitch. Find the closest server to you. I'm up in Ohio, so New York is the closest one. And then there's this big, long, kind of password protected thing. That is your stream key. So after you make a Twitch account, here's the profile page. We're going to go over to the left here. Open this, go down to dashboard. If it'll load, that'd be fabulous. Okay, so you're going to go over here and go to stream key. Okay, and then anyone can use this. It'll broadcast your channel, so it's hidden. So you click show key. I'm not going to because it's private. And then you're gonna copy it and paste it right in here. It's really long. That's just how it is. So then we got auto reconnect, 10 seconds. Yes, this is if you want to just save your files, your streams. I just clicked a spot. I just made it my desktop. That's only if you really want to. Oh my god, my arm's getting sore from holding this phone. I am a weakling. Okay, so then video, you know, choose your graphics card. I don't know why. Oh, before it listed mine twice, but okay, so that's that. I'm gonna try to move it closer. Here we go. Custom, I did 1280 by 720, aspect ratio 16 by 9. Then you downscale it by 1.5. That's what I found is good for me, and you might have to mess with it a little bit on yours, but my computer does that very well. Filter is bilinear, fastest, and then FPS is 30 frames. We got audio, choose your speakers, your microphone will pop up here if you want to use it. Make sure the mic is delayed by 400 milliseconds, so that's 4 seconds. And then this is to boost the mic. I boosted up, you know, 12. It depends on how good your mic is and how loud the game is and stuff like that, so I just did 12. These are hotkeys if you want to use hotkeys. Advanced, I don't think I did. Oh yeah, I used CFR. Wow, CFR, yes, because that's a word. That's a word now. It's my own made-up word. CPU preset, very fast. My hand is so shaky, I'm so sorry. Profile, main, I'm gonna switch and see. And use my left hand. Okay, audio, force desktop audio, I can't even read it through my phone. Force desktop audio timestamps, I know some people use that, I don't, it's not really important. And the rest of these are, you know, you don't really need those. So then once you got that all set, you're gonna click apply first, but I didn't change anything, so we don't have to, and then click OK, and then you'll be brought to this lovely little screen here. And I need to use my left hand because I need my right hand to use the mouse. Yay! Okay, so once that's all set up, you're gonna have these two blank windows here. So you wanna right click, add scene, and then call it whatever you want. I called mine game streaming. I need to sit closer. Oh my god. This is the worst how-to video I've ever done, I think. But then again, I haven't done one in a while, so you can't blame me. Okay, so then you're gonna click, you know, add a scene. I made mine game streaming, that's all I called it. And then you're gonna right click and add, you know, there's a whole bunch of different options here. So for the capture card, you're gonna do video capture device. I'm just gonna go over that and a couple other things. So then I renamed mine Dazzle, so we're gonna go right click and go down to properties. And the order is important in this. So if something is above something else, it's gonna overtake that. So if webcam is above Dazzle, it will overlay on top of Dazzle. If it's underneath Dazzle, then Dazzle will cover it up. So yes, the order is very important in this. Kind of like Photoshop. Okay, so once this pops up, you make sure it's set on your capture card, Dazzle. I can't speak today, mother of God. DVC 100, and then here's where you make sure it's got the audio. This is the part I was telling you about. With the latest version, it would not read it. Mine just said disable or microphone from my HD webcam. I'm not quite sure why, but yeah. I usually just output to stream only, just because if I'm listening to music, I hear my game through my headsets, and then I hear my game through the desktop, and then I hear my audio through my desktop. So I get two of my games in my ears, and I'm just like, no, I'm good. So I do that just so it outputs to stream so I don't hear it if I'm listening to music. Deinterlacing set as blend, and then buffering milliseconds at 400. Same over here, 400, so it's 4 seconds. That way then it's in sync with what we set up in the OBS settings up in here, and then later on with the webcam. So for me, every time I stop a stream, for some odd reason, the sound goes away. I'm not really quite sure why. It's only with my capture card. I think it's just my capture card's dumb. But every time I do it, I always have to, whenever I start a stream, just so I can get the sound back, I have to go up here and do open crossbar. And I gotta pull this down and re-click the same option. I know it sounds dumb, but that's just the way this system is working. This is if you're doing red, white, and yellow, RGB or whatever. And then S-Video, so I'm doing S-Video, we click that, click link related streams, apply, and OK. And then you click OK down here, and then once I start streaming, my sound is back. Again, I have to do that every time I want to stream. Not quite sure why. I think it might just be my capture card. You might not have to do it, but it's just... I'm cheap and I don't have the fanciest of things, so maybe it's just being dumb. So anyway, so then you're going to right click and go down to add video capture device again if you have a webcam, and then I renamed it webcam to make my life easy. So then you pick your webcam here, you pick your microphone there. There's no open crossbar, not quite sure why, but there isn't. You could probably do blend again as the interlacing, but me, I'm being very careful because my computer, it's a good computer, but it's not the greatest computer, so I almost fried my video card out trying to do some crazy ass settings. So if your computer is capable of it, then by all means go for it, but mine, I don't want to risk frying anything again, so I'm just going to leave that to none. It's a tiny window, so it doesn't need much anyway. Again, use the milliseconds as 400, output to stream only, 400, so then everything's all nice and sync. And then we click OK. And we're going to scroll up here. And then here is just my little thing I made in Photoshop, transparent. It's just kind of a logo. So that goes on top of all those. And then iTunes, that's if I want to listen to music. So the way I do my music, I mean, if you have music on your Xbox, then you probably won't even need to do this, but the way I do it, because not all my awesome music is on there, I find my awesome playlist that I have like 400 songs in, and, you know, I click a song, click shuffle, and then I go up to here, and I go down to switch to mini player, and then it'll show the song name and the band and things like that, so then people can see what I'm listening to. And now how I get my sound for that, like I was saying, I don't stream my game sound through my desktop because I want to be able to hear. So how I do it is I have, you know, standard iPod earbuds. I bought this cable that can plug into it, and then I plug that into my computer, because that way then if I'm sitting way over here, you know, I'm not pulling my ears out with this thing. So I'll put these in my ears, so that has my music playing from my iTunes, and then I actually put my Tritons over my head so I get my sound from my game, and then the streamers hear the same exact thing. So it's kind of tough, but I somehow make it work. Okay, there is one thing I forgot to mention, sorry that I did, but my logo here, that is actually just under Add Image, and that's all it is an image. And the iTunes window, there's no real specific window for that, so it's just under Add Window Capture. And then if we go into Properties here, it's this is where iTunes will say when it's open. And then I usually just do Inner Window, so it doesn't show this border with the X on it, and it just captures what's inside the window. So yeah, sorry I forgot to mention those, and yeah, we're going to get back to the video now. And then here is CLR Browser, which that's if you have like followers and donators and things, you want them to you want their names to pop up on the screen. So I'll have the link in here. You download which version you have, 32-bit, 64-bit. Oh my god, my left hand just can't It's just too shaky right now. And then once it you download it, extract it, you're going to want to put it in your OBS plugins folder. So you find your OBS. Apparently I never took mine out of my downloads. So you click on it, click on what version you're using. I'm using 64. You go to plugins, and what'll be in that browser folder is CRL host plugin folder and a CRL host plugin.dil. So you copy and paste those right over into the OBS plugins. And then that'll give you the option in OBS to right click and go down to add CRL browser. So once you have the CRL browser in here, you can go to this site called Twitch Alerts, and then you have your Twitch account linked to this. It'll just ask you, type in your, your password, your info, and stuff like that. So then you can set it all up here. This is the text that it'll say, blah, 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 is now following. Here's the way the text is going to look. You can choose an image or a sound, which I've done both. And then I'll show you those in a little bit. So when people follow, things come up. So now I'm just going to go over to preview stream. And here's my stream. As you can see, well, when you place yours, it's all going to be like on top of each other in the middle and whatnot. So if you want to change where things are, you're just going to go down to edit scene. And then that's where the CRL browser is. So I'm just going to leave that because I like it right perfectly in the middle. Here's our game capture. I'm just going to move this over. And it tries to keep the aspect ratio. So whenever you pull it and stretch it, it's just going to try to maintain that aspect ratio. If you don't want it to do that, you just simply have to hold down Shift, and then you can, damn it, I only have one hand, hold on. You just hold down Shift, and then you pull it in any which way you want, so you can make it as big as you want and outstretch the aspect ratio. Okay, there. So as you can see, now I have it nice and big and filling up the whole entire screen. And then down here is the webcam, which is for some reason really zoomed out. Oh, because I messed with the settings, that's why. So it wasn't all zoomed in earlier. Well, anyway, so we're just going to shrink this. I don't like it too big, too small. You can see the back of my head there. I'm staring at the computer because I'm doing this. And we're just going to place that right there. It's nice, nice right there. Here's that logo I was talking to about, this right here. Made it nice little transparent background. It's just kind of a nice logo that you could just kind of overlay on your thing. And then here's the iTunes music, so when music is playing, this is where you would see it. Nice. And then the CRL browser will pop up here, so if you want, once you're done and setting all this up, you can actually test follow alert. So here we will show you. It should pop up here. It does take a few minutes though. Earlier it did it no problem. There it is. But yeah, so that's what'll happen when someone starts following you or something. Or you can make it even, donators, subscribers. I just have followers. So that's just what I did. So yeah, then once you have everything all set up, I just have it previewing, so once you have it ready, you can actually click start streaming, or you can even start recording. So yeah, and then here's those pause things I was talking about. So I have a pause menu for when I'm just going away for a split second, although I don't really use it for that. I use it more for when I'm on my Xbox dashboard, and because my email's on there, and I'm pretty sure that's how it got hacked one time, so I don't like to show that anymore. So I usually just overlay this, and then when I'm ending, I just do this. And then, of course, then once you just click stop streaming, and then you can always just exit out of these, and then the stream will stop and stuff. But so that's how I live stream, and then on Twitch it'll all just come up underneath your channel once you have it set with your stream key. So everything that we're seeing right here will appear in this awesome little window here, but right now it's not. And then you can just follow your people in the chat right there. And yeah, so that's how I live stream I hope I did a good job of explaining it. Probably didn't. I didn't really go too much into detail in the monitor captures and stuff. I mean, this is all just stuff for my computer, mostly computer games when I'm playing. Gears needs its own window because it's ridiculous. But yeah, so I hope I did a good job of explaining it. I probably didn't. If you need more clarification on some setup, I'll try and do my best. I'm still learning more about OBS as we speak. I don't know it all, so I'm definitely going to try. But yeah. So, thanks for watching. I hope this helped people out there. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time.